Great to have you here. Today, we're diving into something pretty exciting. Spekter Agency is shaking up game publishing by blending Web 2 and Web3 in a way that just works. Just imagine smooth roguelike gameplay with easy controls and deep progression, while Web3 technology quietly runs in the background, making it easy for anyone to jump in without a hitch. So joining me today is Taehoon Kim, founder and CEO of Spekter Agency, a key partner in Tone Station Season 3. Here to share what makes Spekter a real game, not just another crypto project. So, how it stands out from typical Telegram games while leveling up is skillful and fun, and how their unique reward system like Spark Core and Sparkling work. And also the biggest challenges of building for both Web 2 and Web3 players. So, Taehoon, glad to have you here. Let's get into it.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Totally. So, TK, for those who don't know you yet, who are you? And what brought you into the world of gaming and Web3?
Sure. My name is Taehoon Kim. People call me TK. I'm the CEO and founder of Spekter Games. I've been a serial entrepreneur in the game industry for about 20 years. Starting and exiting about 4 companies, and Spekter Games is my 5th company. So my last startup before Spekter was nWay, where we focused on real-time multiplayer games across multiple platforms. So our hit games were fighting games such as Power Rangers Legacy Wars and Battle for the Grid. And these games were similar games to like Tekken and Street Fighters, where they're mostly skill-based games. And these games that are skill-based are pretty hard to monetize. And so we started to look into like how we can maybe incorporate Web3 to find innovative ways to monetize our games. And this is a while ago. This was back in like 2018. And we've been experimenting with that, and we ended up meeting Animoca Brands, and Animoca Brands ended up acquiring nWay. And then I stayed on for about 3 years, and that was like a crazy period because of COVID. So it was like early 2020 when we got acquired. And I stayed on for about 3 years. And during those times, Animoca Brands itself like grew like crazy, doubled in valuation maybe every 6 months. And I ran nWay as an independent subsidiary. We tried many different things to try to expand Web3 gaming into mass market audiences. And we worked with some of the biggest brands. One example is our project that we partnered up with the IOC to create Olympic pin NFTs, and also made a game for them using both the Beijing Winter Olympics and Paris Summer Olympics IP. So that was how I got into Web3. But I've been in the game industry for a long time, and I have experience in both Web2 and Web3 games.
Wow, that's super cool. And how would you describe Spekter Games in one sentence? So what's the core mission?
If I were to put it into one sentence, I would say Spekter Games is a next-gen game developer and publisher, blending Web 2 and Web 3 the right way to supercharge games for the mass market gamers. The mission for us is to bring great games supercharged with Web 3 incentive systems to regular, typical gamers, and not just the Web 3 community. We want to bring Web3 systems to the mass market for the first time. That's our main goal. And the way to do this is to develop great games and add Web3 systems in a passive and seamless way that does not interfere with how games should play, progress, or even monetize. So that's what we're doing at Spekter Games.
I've also run some deep research, and I found out that you've built and exited several companies, including nWay Games. So how has that journey shaped your vision for Spekter?
Yeah, so when nWay was acquired by Animoca Brands, we focused on Web3 games. And then, during those 3 years, like I talked about before, Animoca, we went full in on Web3. So Animoca invested and acquired over 250 Web3 projects. And I learned firsthand how Web3 can supercharge retention, monetization, and virality. But none of these projects were able to go mainstream and reach regular gamers. And we tried a lot of different things and a lot of different approaches at nWay, but this was pretty difficult. So after I left at the end of 2023, I saw what Telegram was doing and felt that this was like the right time, a perfect opportunity to finally achieve what we wanted to do all these years, which is to bring Web3 systems, Web3 features to the mass market gamers for the first time.
Okay, so now Spekter Agency is launching as a full-featured roguelike game on Telegram. Basically, what sets it apart from like other Web3 titles?
I would say there are 3 things that sets it apart. Like the first is it's a very high quality game that is super accessible at the same time. So our game has top graphics. I'm not sure if you guys have been following and playing our games, but it's got gameplay and graphics that rival top App Store or Google Play mobile games. Yet it runs on a Telegram as an instant game. Our load time is lightning fast, and the game runs with like high frame rate even when you have swarms of enemies coming at you. And we're able to have these super top-tier visuals and top-tier gameplay, even as a WebGL instant game on Telegram. We had to do a lot of deep technical work and optimization, and even build our own lightweight shaders to pull this off. But yeah, the result is a game where people play on Telegram and they can't believe it's a Telegram game.
Wow, that's super cool.
Second is that it's a full-feature Web2 game on Telegram, right? So we have all the features that a regular roguelite Web2 game would have. And we were also able to seamlessly integrate the Telegram star system so that people can do purchases easily and just play without any issues. So our game do not have any, you don't have to have any Web3 knowledge for people to play. We don't require people to have NFTs or tokens to play the game. So that's the second thing. The third one is that we are trying to innovate on how Web3 systems, Web3 reward layer sits on the background. We don't want this to interfere with the game at all, but we also want to do it the right way so they make sense. So players are able to earn spark points by doing better in the game, and later on there will be a leaderboard. We will be distributing on-chain rewards based on that leaderboard. And I can't talk about it too much here, but we will be doing something new and innovative here, and it's going to be super fun and rewarding for a lot of our users.
Yeah, totally, man. Can't wait. And TK, you've also raised from a16z, but some still view crypto games as hype-driven. So what do you say to those skeptics?
I think it's because like so many crypto gaming projects were like all about TGEs and their token launches. Many times the game was just a means to get to the TGE, and after the TGE, a lot of the users or gamers who mainly just cared about the token airdrop, they would just stop playing. Right, so this formula doesn't work. We need great games that can monetize on its own, and we need great games that can bring in the mass market gamers. This hasn't fully happened yet, where we combine Web2 and Web3 the right way, and I think there's a massive opportunity here if we can. If Spekter Games or somebody else can pull this off. And so this is why I16z invested in it, I believe.
Amazing! So no token gating, no Web3 friction. How did you design it to feel just like a game first?
The first thing is that the game needs to be fun, right? And also accessible, hard to master. We chose the roguelite genre for this reason. It's simple and easy enough for everyone to play. So it's the game similar to our first game, Spekter Agency, is a game that is similar to like Vampire Survivors or Survivor.io, where all you have to do is move and choose the right skills, and everything else is pretty much automatic. The game, once you get into it, it's easy at first. It's very easy and simple at first, but it becomes gradually harder. And the game monetizes just like a free-to-play RPG game. And because the monetization is very RPG, we believe that the game will be able to monetize well on its own. We also build tools that make it easy for designers to tune the game's balancing. Things like, size of the enemy swarm, the health of the monsters, and the strength of the skills without needing programmers or without having to go back and do any technical work. So this allows our designers to make quick adjustments and iterations until the game is well balanced and fun. I think it's very important to develop a fun game in this genre.
Okay, so what's one gameplay moment that convinced you this is working, this feels right?
I'm sure this is just not just me, but when I fight an epic boss battle and win, and this is when people get hooked into the game. So you grind to get the right type of items you need, you upgrade the items to become more powerful. And you go into a battle after all the grind, and you pick the right skills, and you could evolve these skills to the awaken mode and transcendence mode, and make them super powerful skills. And then you finally beat the boss that you were unable to beat before, and that's very addicting. And that's why people play.
Okay, so speaking of something in general, do super apps represent the future of game discovery and distribution?
Yes, so chat-based super apps are amazing for viral distribution because social graphs are built right into the platform. By social graph, what I mean is who your friends are, and they're right there. It's very easy for you to invite other people. So we first saw this with Kakao Talk more than 10 years ago, mainly in Korea. So back then, the tech wasn't really there to run high quality games instantly in WebGL. So you actually had to download games from the App Store and then log in using your Kakao ID. But the game still blew up, and a lot of games went viral because of the social graph and the ease of inviting your friends. And now you can do this while running the games instantly inside these apps themselves, and they run at full screen. And they are, and WebGL has evolved enough so that they are just as high in quality as games that you download from App Store. And then you can invite your friends easily, use the currency system built into these super apps for seamless payments. We make the Web2 monetization system work. And then, for instance, Telegram has a wallet built in, right? It's got a wallet integrated. So yeah, players will be able to receive on-chain rewards, even if they don't know how to use the wallet or don't know how to connect wallets to these games. So now we're able to do these things frictionlessly and take advantage of the viral nature of these chat-based super apps. So I believe I'm very bullish on these platforms becoming a powerful way to distribute games, especially games with Web3 features.
Wow, this wallet feature is super great. And now I wanted to talk about something else that's also great, is leveling up. So we already touched upon this topic. So can you walk us through in detail how leveling up increases rewards? Is it really skill-based?
For now, it's super simple. Like we have something called the Spark Core that's built into our games. The Spark Core generates sparks, which is our reward point system, and it generates sparks by the hour, even when you're not playing. The Spark Core, once it levels up, generates sparks at a higher rate. And the way you level up the Spark Core is to get to higher stages in the game. So for Spekter Agency, your Spark Core levels up every 5 stages. So every 5 stages, you level up the Spark Core, and your Spark Core is able to increase the rate of earning. So the better you are at the game, more sparks you will be earning.
Okay, so what's been the hardest UX decision while building for both Web2 and Web3 audiences?
The hardest thing, the user experience design, was related to how players translate their sparks to on-chain rewards. So we wanted our Web3 incentive layer to be designed in a way that's easy for non-Web3 people to understand. We wanted to model it after like a mileage point system with airlines or credit card points that everybody has some sort of experience with, right? But because we are adding on-chain rewards with multiple games, things got complicated pretty quickly. And simplifying this and making it work wasn't that easy. So I can't say too much about how everything works today. And we'll be announcing that in the future, but we're doing something new and we're doing something fun. And we'll be explaining how the entire incentive system for Spekter Games work in the coming days. But yeah, that was the hardest part. But I think we have something that's gonna be very fun for a lot of our players.
Okay, TK, going back to you. What challenge during this journey changed you most as a leader?
Well, as you know, I've been doing startups for a long time now, and I've been through many ups and downs. And I've learned that the key is to really enjoy what you're doing. The reason I got back into the startup world with Spekter Games after I sold nWay is also because I love working with a team that I built, a team of people that I love to create something brand new and show it to the world, right? So I've learned to really enjoy the journey, and I see like the whole journey as the reward. So I think that's the part that changed me the most over the years while working on multiple startups.
And if a young game dev came to you right now, today, with a big dream and zero funding, classic story, what's your advice?
I would say to learn and to really hone the skill of telling stories. If your story is clear and concise, you have a good business, you spend enough time to really distill the essence, and then you'll be able to attract funding. If it's complex and still convoluted and requires a lot of back and forth Q&A for others to understand and get a gist of what it is, and it's going to be difficult. So you need to be a great storyteller in order to attract both funding and talent. So really focus on that. Another advice is to not just chase next shiny objects. Startups are a bit like surfing, where when you're surfing, you can't really chase the waves. The wave needs to come to where you are, and you have to be ready for it. So figure out the problem that you're really passionate about and stick with it until the opportunity arrives.
Wow, that's super great! And now, looking back at your very first pitch for Spekter, what would you tell yourself now?
It hasn't been that long, and kind of looking back, I think I would say like we've come a long way in such a short period of time. We already have a game out. It's an open beta currently, and we have over 500,000 monthly active users. And a lot of the work that we did to make the game feel good, play with high frame rate, good graphics, and move quickly, they're all working. So we're executing well according to our vision, and we're super excited that a lot of our players are really enjoying the game and giving us a lot of good feedback, and telling us things like, this is the best Telegram game that they've ever played. So it's super. We're very grateful that we're getting a lot of good feedback from our users.
Amazing, TK. We're having a blast of a conversation so far. I only have one question left. So finally, what would you like to say to the gamers and builders watching this rise of Web3 from the sidelines?
I would say, build great games first. Choose a type of game that you love, or figure out a new type of game design that you love as a gamer yourself, and build that. And for gamers, play games because you love the game, not just to earn. Because we really need to figure out how to bring Web3 features that are integrated to games to mass market gamers. Right? So that hasn't happened yet, and that's a big opportunity. And a lot of people are kind of counting Web3 game out these days. There's a lot of momentum from like the first generation of Web3 games has died down, but I think that there's a lot of evolution, a lot of iterations that have happened since, both in game design and also in technologies, things like WebGL, and then this chat-based super apps really evolving to become viable gaming platforms. I think the exciting days are ahead of us. So yeah, please watch what we're doing. And even if we are not the ones, I really believe that the Web3 features, once it goes mass market, is going to really blow up and become huge successful businesses. Yeah, please check us out, and also give us a lot of feedback.
Yeah, word, TK. I signed up for every word you said. So big thanks to Taehoon for sharing all those insights about Spekter Agency, and also for sharing your vision for the game. And yeah, everyone watching, don't forget to give subscribe so you won't miss upcoming updates. And yeah, check out the Spekter Agency quest on Tone Station. It is a fun way to earn some Soon points. TK, that was a blast. See you next time.